By the authority given in the statutes of the Open University, I declare this congregation open for the conferment of degrees and the presentation of graduates. So, good afternoon. Oh, come on. You can do better than that. Let's try again. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. That's better, thank you. Distinguished guests, graduates and friends of the university, it's my great privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the 28th and final of the Open University's degree ceremonies being held in 2019. It's also my great pleasure to welcome our honorary graduand, Dame Barbara Frost. We are delighted to be able to honour her today. We are also exceptionally pleased to welcome one of the OU's pioneer graduates, Royston Jones, who attended the very first OU degree ceremony in 1973 and has been able to join us again today to celebrate our 50th anniversary. Each year, the Open University awards a range of qualifications, from certificates of higher education through to doctorates. Throughout 2019, more than 6,000 graduates are being presented for their qualifications at degree ceremonies such as this one today here in Poole. These are held in 10 different towns and cities throughout England, and also in Belfast, Cardiff, Glasgow and Dublin. This in itself illustrates the scale, scope and the reach of the Open University. Now, of course, it goes without saying that today is a very important occasion in the life of you, our graduates, your families and your loved ones, as well as the university staff, who I'm sure you will feel have nurtured and supported you. So you could be forgiven for thinking that the occasion is so important that it needs to be solemn. You'd be quite wrong, because in every sense of the word, this is meant to be a day of celebration. So in fact, all of us on stage will be very disappointed if anyone crosses the stage today to anything less than thunderous applause. And personally, I always have a secret hope at this point that there are going to be at least a few of our graduates who want to do a little dance, have a little shout out, ask for a selfie, do some voguing or cartwheeling, whatever you fancy, to express your enthusiasm, whether you're on the stage or even in the crowd. And the video beforehand might have given you some ideas. So I'll do what all good teachers do and just summarize what I've said in a sentence. Let's make this fun. Okay, so with that in mind, first off, why don't all of today's graduates briefly stand? And friends, families, Open University staff, let's start today's ceremony by giving all of our amazing graduates a huge round of applause. That's great. That's a good start, setting the tone. There's one more way you can show your appreciation to your graduate. If you post messages or photos on social media, please use the hashtag OUFamily, OUFamily, to share your congratulations and celebrations with the world outside, as well as with everyone else who's here today. Today's ceremony will begin with the presentation of those graduates who have gained higher degrees postgraduate diplomas and first degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Laws, and who have been able to attend here today. They will be presented by my colleague, Mr. Toby Scott-Hughes, Assistant Director, Operations Assessment, Credit and Qualifications. We will then see the awarding of the honorary degree of Doctor of the University to Dame Barbara Frost. Professor Jean Hartley, Professor of Public Leadership in the OU Business School, will present Barbara, who will then sign the honorary graduate's book and make a reply. Then we will continue our presentation of graduates with those who have gained Bachelor of Science, foundation degrees and diplomas of higher education and who have been able to attend here today. To conclude the ceremony, I will then give a personal address as today's presiding officer to the graduates. I now call upon Mr. Toby Scott-Hughes to present the graduates.
Executive Dean, I shall now present graduates who have gained higher degrees and postgraduate diplomas and have been able to attend here today. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, I present to you for a thesis entitled Looking Inside the Black Box, the Role of Host Country Offices in Negotiating International Volunteering for Development, Barahafri Barizega. And for a thesis entitled, What is the Contribution of Personal Information Management Systems, PIMS, to the Working Model and Personal Work System of Knowledge Workers, Mark Gregory. I present to you for the degree of Master of Arts in Art History, Lydia Riddell. For the degree of Master of Arts in English, I present Helen Jay. For the degree of Master of Arts in Translation, I present Wendy Thorpe. For the degree of Master of Engineering, I present Frank Stanton. For the degree of Master of Science in Computing, I present Lauren Key. For the degree of Master of Science in Development Management, I present Celia Bartlett. For the degree of Master of Science in Engineering, I present Patrick Lung. For the degree of Master of Science in Mathematics, with distinction, I present Christian Westrap. For the degree of Master of Science in Mathematics, I present Ong Kei-Chin James. For the degree of Master of Science in Science, Karen Yendel. And for the postgraduate diploma in social work, Fiona Jones. Tolulope Ogundele. For the degree of Master of Arts in Creative Writing and a degree of Bachelor of Science Honours, I present mother and son, Kathy Finney and Andrew Hayward. Executive Dean, I shall now present graduates who have gained Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Laws degrees and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. I present, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with First Class Honours, Lindsay Acott. Lauren Ashton. Brooke Astley. Katie Byrne. Josephine Eriksson. Claire Gowers. Marion Gregory. What are you going to do? Helen Gunston. That's Rachel. Rachel Hannington. Anne Hughes. Hannah Mitchell. Holly Neal. Carly Smith. Gareth Waugh. Adele Weaver. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, I present Karen Addison. Laura Austin. Kelly Bartlett. Rachel Benn. Nicola Betteridge. Olivia Brass. Belinda Brown. Emma Brown. Joanna Bugai. Adam Burrows. Daniel Buss. Talita Cabral. Anthony Chapman. Kelly Cole. Monique Cooper. Helen Cripps. Helen Crossley. Emma Davenport. Gillian Ewing. Alison Fall. Kate Fearon. Greg Foster. John Fraser. Sarah Goy. Erin Greenslade. Ellen Healy. Sarah Hemmings. James Hollick. Alina Kafka. Joanne Kelly. Thank goodness you told me. Catherine LaPage. Joanne Lawson. Lucy Lee. Gretel Marsh. Daniel McLaughlin. What are you going to do?
No, I can't afford one. I'll never again.
Elizabeth McManus. What are you thinking? Got it now. Lisa Meader. Oh, we're on a roll. Come on, mate. What are you going to do? Kelly Murphy. Musa Mohammed Musa. James Napleton. Hamoyan Nasir Khan. Derek Paminter. Jenny Pease. Mary Petty. Trust you get a march on. Stand to attention. No, just go. sailor. Captain John Powell. Kaylee Sanders. Jane Scott. Rebecca Smith. Jennifer Startup. Radek Szemański. Claire Thompson. Hannah Townsend. David Tozer. Richard Toos with Jeannie the dog. Philomena Vakalutu Gon. Sarah Valentine. B. Vincent. Sophie Watson. Congratulations. David Wymark. For the Bachelor of Arts and Foundation degree, Anne Calder. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, I present Claire Elizabeth Bunny. Pamela Peckham. Claire Crocker. Deborah Geary. Jade Hawkins. Joanne Rose. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours, I present Jamie Holden. Elsa Marie Swart. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours, I present Alexander Andrassi. Edward Halfrey Broom. Alan Stanley. And for the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honours, I present Michelle Cannings. Caroline Gabry. Anne Job. Emily Mason. Rebecca Tudor. Nice and short. Emma Tyrrell.
Executive Dean, colleagues, graduates and guests. Dame Barbara Frost has devoted her life to tackling global poverty and inequality through sustainable international development, most recently as Chief Executive of Water Aid. Raised in Batcombe, Somerset, Barbara began a degree in psychology and social sciences, but left to travel the world, eventually spending more than 2 decades overseas. She had a series of jobs in the third sector and in federal and state government in Australia, before moving to Mozambique during the Civil War to work in international development. She worked with Oxfam, Save the Children, and Action Aid, and with the last, she moved to Malawi. She returned to the UK in 1996 to become the Chief Executive of Action on Disability and Development, promoting the rights of people with disabilities across the developing world. She also served for a decade as a trustee of Akivo, the network of charity leaders, including a period as vice chair. In 2005, Barbara was appointed to lead Water Aid, the charity focused on access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. Under her leadership, Water Aid undertook a massive expansion in its activities, trebling its income, extending reach into new countries, and establishing Water Aid International with partner organizations across the world. This growth was achieved by maintaining a rigorous and clear focus on the central goals and mission, fulfilling everyone's right to clean and safe water while supporting communities and lobbying national governments. Access to clean water is not only vital for human health, it's also an essential foundation for tackling poverty, inequality, and injustice. In places where the nearest water source might be several miles away, children miss out on schooling, and adults are unable to earn a steady income while they make a regular and often dangerous daily trek for water. In places where people lack proper access to sanitation, diseases thrive, and girls using toilets in the open air become vulnerable to attack. Water Aid, therefore, does not just bring taps and toilets to communities, it brings opportunity and optimism. Barbara's leadership has been instrumental in getting issues of water and sanitation onto the international agenda. She played a critical role in ensuring that Sustainable Development Goal 6, that is, achieving clean water and sanitation for everyone, was adopted by the United Nations as one of the key goals, and then she subsequently campaigned tirelessly to ensure that that promise is delivered. She is known and admired throughout the sector and beyond for her humility, creativity, and integrity. Barbara has been presented with the Dan Phelan Award for Outstanding Achievement, the most prominent prize in the charity sector. She has also been honoured with a damehood. I myself am keenly aware of the importance of water in development. As a trustee of Friends of Iba Girls' School, South Sudan, our very first action in setting up the school was to sink 2 solar-powered water boreholes, one for the school and one for the village. The 4 taps at the school were the very first in the locality. The Open University's commitment to sustainable international development is central to who we are as an institution, reflecting our determination to promote economic and social justice at home and abroad. We are, for example, deeply proud of our work to support training and education programs for frontline workers in health, water, and hygiene around the world. We are therefore delighted to celebrate someone who's done so much to promote the importance of safe, clean water, genuinely changing lives, communities, and countries for the better. Executive Dean, by the authority of the Senate, I present to you for the honorary degree of Doctor of the University, Dame Barbara Frost.
Good afternoon, Executive Dean, graduates and guests. It's such a huge honour and a privilege to be awarded an honorary degree from the Open University and to be with you today to celebrate your hard work and your achievements. Well done to you all. I'm really in awe of everything you've achieved. I'm also delighted to be celebrating 50 years as the Open University. A very special year. It saw the first man on the moon, and it also saw the launch of Monty Python's Flying Circus. And the history of the Open University demonstrates really well the importance of having an aspirational vision and hope, which is my theme for today. As you heard, I spent much of my career working towards an empathetic, a sustainable, and a peaceful world, an end to inequality and to poverty, and most recently working with WaterAid. And WaterAid was founded by the British water industry in the 80s to help people in developing countries access basic services. And like the OU, they too had a vision for social justice, and their commitment has been unwavering, with their staff providing invaluable support. And today, WaterAid's vision, linked to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, is for everyone, everywhere, to have access to water, sanitation, good hygiene by 2030. So working with WaterAid allowed me to meet some of the most excluded and impoverished poor people in this world. However, despite living in poverty, many were full of optimism and of hope. And I recall well visiting a village in Ethiopia and seeing in front of me a long line of women and yellow jerry cans snaking their way along a dusty, dry, red riverbed. And I spoke to one of the women, and she told me she'd been queuing for 4 hours in the heat, and tempers had frayed. And the pit in the dry riverbed that she was waiting to reach was very deep. She had to carefully lower herself down into the pit to scoop out the dirty, contaminated water. It was dangerous, and the sandy banks often collapsed, endangering lives. She knew the water was contaminated, and that as a result, her children often got sick and missed school. And she knew that they weren't developing strong, healthy bodies due to the constant diarrhea that plagued them. She told me that she herself had dropped out of school at puberty, as there were no decent toilets for the girls. There was no privacy. However, that same woman was full of hope for a better future. And when I returned some years later, I saw how her life had changed. Her community had built a gravity flow water scheme. Her children were healthier and better able to study, and she had worked to raise awareness of good hygiene among her villagers. And the school had good toilets for the girls so that they too could get a decent education and opportunities. Her story inspired me, as did so many others, including the committed colleagues that I worked alongside. And my role as Chief Executive was to inspire my colleagues and supporters to build a can-do culture that allowed colleagues to blossom through support and constructive challenge. Our culture was collaborative, based on constant learning, and promoted positivity and having fun, all critical to our delivering really good results. So once again, I'd like to congratulate all of you for your incredibly hard work and for the sacrifices that I know that many of you have had to make. And whatever comes next in your lives, I trust it brings you joy and satisfaction. I'm sure that you are equally determined to making this a more just and sustainable world through your work and personal endeavours. Thank you very much.
Executive Dean. Continuing the presentation of graduates, I shall now present those who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees and diplomas of higher education and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. I present for the degree of Bachelor of Science with First Class Honours, Christina Davis. Michelle Densley. Shannon Fitzmaurice. Samantha Garling. Caroline Holloway. Claire Johns. Jennifer Lynch. Catherine McKee. Leah Oates. Bethany Pearson. I can do that. Suzanne Prevost. Amy Rickman. Tony Roberts. Sharon Rowlandson. Annalisa Simmons. Nikki Slater. Louisa Spate. Carolyn Watson. Megan Wheeler. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, I present Atia Ahmed. Darren Baldwin. Lydia Bardell. You gave it to me. Ruby Barrett. Sophie Buller. Tim Bowden. Katie Box. Catherine Boxall. Lisa Button. Lucy Castle. Amy Clark. Emma Cotterill.
Thanks to Mum and Dad.
Lucy Cox. Lorraine Crook. Aisha Nadine Crossdale. Carla Cross. Jade Duke. Rosie George. Emma Godby. Heidi Goledge. Uma Gondal. Karen Gray. Ashley Grist. Hannah Harrop. Jamie Higgs Dye. Sophie Jeffrey. Tamsin Jones. Claire Kyle. Amanda Langdon. Christopher Lee. Daniel Lewis. Well done. Jake Line. Vicky Luff. Maria Marcu. Hakima Master. Holly Morris. Easy. It's the Emma that's tricky. Emma Oram. Lisa Parfitt. Grace Pasquale. Ian Pearson. Colin Reid. What are you going to do? Come on, you've got to follow that.
I'm just
Across the stage.
showing the muscles and putting them
Right. Yeah, much better. Has he? That's all right. William Rosier. Easy. Janne Sandberg. Daniel Shaw. Thank you. Thanks. Ryan Shipp. Mark Taylor. Easy as that. Jane Tai. Janine Turner. Karen Williams. Ross Williams. James Wimberley. Well done. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, I present Virginia Beecham. That's a good name. Toby, all the best too. Toby Fabian. Catherine Tyler. Jeanne. Très bien, très bien. Jeanne Smith. Nicole Smith. Elizabeth Way. For a foundation degree, I present Heather Cranstone. Sarah Munger. Mark Moss with Iris. Sophie Ware. Bethan Williams. And for the Diploma of Higher Education, I present Ruby Tobiah.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Better. Guests, members of Senate, staff, and of course our wonderful graduates here today. This has been a very special afternoon for everyone here, and it's one to remember for the rest of your lives. And I have to say, talking off the cuff, whenever I come to these ceremonies, they're just a fabulous reminder not only of the individual stories, but of the impact that the Open University has on society and people going into an incredible range of careers, as well as the incredible individual stories that you see as people come across the stage. Graduates, each of you is extraordinary. Together, you are more extraordinary. You are the most amazing body of graduates in the UK. In fact, today, all of you and your friends and supporters are probably sharing this auditorium with the most extraordinary people you will ever meet. For family, friends and supporters, you know the incredible efforts that your graduate went to in achieving their qualification. But many of you, and indeed many of the graduates themselves, won't know very much about the other graduates and just how amazing you are as a collective body. So I'd like to start by taking a moment to show ourselves why. I'm going to ask the graduates a few questions so we can all discover a bit more about you. So if you can, would you mind raising your hand in answer to these questions? Obviously, if you can't put up your hand or you'd rather not, don't worry. But let's just try a few questions. During the course of your study, and we certainly saw a few examples coming across the stage, who helped bring up a family? That's a pretty high percentage. Who cared for parents or other dependents during the course of your study? That's a smaller but still significant number. If you can answer this question and you would like to, who carried out your studies whilst registered with a disability? 22% of the Open University students now have a registered disability. And who was employed or did voluntary work at some stage during your study? Quite. So as you can see visually, almost every graduate here has needed to fulfill some other obligation alongside their university studies. Compare that with students at conventional universities whose extra duties might extend to the sports team or their commitment to exercising their elbow at the student bar. In a sense, your efforts are so much greater. You are members of a university that believes fundamentally that where you start in life shouldn't limit where you go. And let me share a small frustration that many of my colleagues in university management have. You are described as the part-time sector of the university education, and conventional students, those ones that are going to the bar or playing sports, are described as full-time students. We like to think of it as the other way round. It's more like you're doing double time when you study with the OU. You've delivered on a really tough shift. And again, if I listen to the stories as people came across, there were people who took not just 6 years, but in some cases 13, 16, and I think the record breaker today was 19 years to get to the end. But there's only one thing that's tougher than being an OU student, and that's having to live with one. And of course, many of you, as you came across the stage, pointed out your friends and family, pretty loudly in some cases, and effectively telling us that your achievement belonged just as much to them as it does to you. So let's take a moment, if we can please, to acknowledge the support of your friends and family who are celebrating with you today. They've been by your side. And I think the fact you've just spontaneously burst out into applause there shows how important those other people in your lives are to the progress of an Open University student. So as I said to many people that came across the stage, please make sure you take time today to share and enjoy the moment with your friends and family. Can we also thank the other vital group that helped you to get here today, and that's the OU's wonderful academics, represented by my colleagues here on the platform, who create, design, write all your amazing learning materials for your modules, and crucially too, your tutors, or as we call them, ALs, or associate lecturers, who supported, nurtured and tutored you to help get you through. So I hope you will agree that they too are deserving of a huge show of appreciation. So I think we've established that you're all absolutely special people. But you're also special because of the quality of the university that you have just graduated from and the standards that we set. Standards that we know employers recognise and value. So let me tell you a bit more about the OU that you might not know. As you've heard, we are 50 years old this year. 50 years of being in a class of our own. 50 years of, frankly, being one of the UK's national treasures. Over 30,000 businesses and organisations in the UK have chosen the OU to train their staff. A recent government survey found that employers perceived part-time/double-time students to be hard-working, committed and requiring discipline, and recognised the importance of supporting their employees' study aspirations. So an OU qualification is something to be proud of, something well recognised and something well respected. And if you're hoping for a new job or promotion or even a new career following your qualification, please remind your employer of that. And if you're looking for some other things to tell people about the university, of which you're now a graduate, here are a few more facts which I hope you could impress them with. In 2013, the OU once again led the way in digital innovation when it set up the UK's first platform for massive open online courses, or MOOCs, free learning for the whole world through an initiative called Future Learn. Since it was set up in 2013, it has gained over 10 million learners around the world. Many of you will be familiar with our partnership with the BBC, and whenever you see the famous OU Shield at the end of a TV programme, you can be certain that there'll be something extra to learn. For instance, the recent documentary series Blue Planet 2, an OU BBC Natural History Unit co-production, brought viewers face to face with unexpected new landscapes and stories from our oceans. And that series has had a real impact on the debate about plastic pollution in our oceans. The series Civilizations explored the visual culture of societies from around the globe. And just this week, our new series Inside the Supermarket was started airing, showing us 12 months in the life of Sainsbury's. We're also proud to shine a light on important, challenging issues affecting today's society. Recently, the OU won a whole stack of awards following the release of Grenfell Tower and Social Murder, a film about the Grenfell Tower tragedy, which includes incredibly powerful testimonies from both survivors and families of the bereaved. Our academics also regularly act as expert witnesses, providing parliamentary evidence on a range of significant issues, most recently, and interestingly, on the dangers of driving with mobile phones. We are also doing incredible work, in fact, as you heard from Professor Hartley earlier, with those who need our help the most. The Open University is working with the British Council, for example, to deliver academic programmes to displaced Syrian refugees in Jordan and the Lebanon. And our prize-winning English in Action programme changes the way that children, young people and adults in Bangladesh can learn English. Closer to home, the OU is working with police forces across the UK to train the next generation of police officers. And another significant aspect of the Open University's life is it ensures that the learning doesn't stop for people who are in prison and who want to turn their lives around. And that's because changing lives is what the OU is all about. I'd like to turn to the research of the Open University. Every 6 years, the government assesses universities on the quality of their research. At the last evaluation, nearly 3/4 of our research was deemed to be world-leading or internationally excellent. And it's research that captures the public imagination. For example, we are incredibly proud of our contribution to recent space exploration, something for which the OU is well known. OU scientists recently discovered evidence of water on Mars, and the recent Cassini-Huygens mission has transformed our understanding of the second largest planet in our solar system, Saturn, with its vast ring system and its unique moons. So, as you can see, you are now a member of a university that is a world leader in technology, in innovation, and in helping people to learn. And from now, you will always be a member of this university, our movement of millions, a mission of one. Today, you join a community of Open University alumni around the world. The OU has been by your side throughout your studies, and today we give you a new commitment to stay with you on your lifelong journey. We'll share with you new opportunities to study, and I think I almost signed up a few people for a master's degree as they went across the stage. And we'll share with you our promise to help you develop your professional career, and as we learn more in your chosen field of study, share the results of our latest research. Our motto, which you can see on the crest behind me, is learn and live. And that's something that all Open University graduates embody as soon as you step back into the rest of your busy lives. Because we are the people who open up the future of learning. Continue to learn and continue to live. You've proven that you have great skills and the ability. Be confident that you can change the world around you for the better. You are now part of a vast network of people as extraordinary as you are. Make your voice heard. You can join our alumni careers group on LinkedIn called Toucan to share your professional experience and make new connections. Maybe try one of our free online courses on OpenLearn or FutureLearn, which I mentioned earlier. Or maybe, in some cases, when you've had a pause to recover, think about coming back to the Open University and continuing your studies. You may have already been congratulated by members of the alumni team out in the foyer. If you didn't get a chance to meet them, you'll certainly hear from them soon. And they'll be in touch to tell you what our Alumni Association can offer, as well as ways you can give back to your university through our Open Up the Future campaign. Because when you leave here today, you also become an ambassador for the Open University, and you are our best ambassadors, and an ambassador for everything that we stand for. Our values of social justice, equality, and education, and for knowledge to be open to all. As we conclude our celebrations of the OU's 50th golden anniversary this year, please join us and share your experience with other people. Tell people what your OU journey has meant to you and what it could mean for them. I hope you might have seen some of our inspiring TV and cinema adverts that are bringing so vividly to life the trials and the jubilations of being an OU student. But we know that for potential OU students, a word of recommendation from an actual person that's experienced it is better than any commercial. So you are also our best advert, and we want you to feel proud to say, I studied at the Open University. In a moment, the proceedings will end and the ceremonial party will process out. But please do join me, our honorary graduates, and all of the processing party outside the auditorium so we congratulate you in person over a glass of something or other. So can I ask you for one last time for all of our graduates to stand, please, and for everyone else here to join me in giving them a huge final round of applause. Congratulations, everybody. Really well done. The proceedings of this degree ceremony have been completed, and I now declare this meeting of congregation closed. Would all of those who are able to stand please do so?